Hello, welcome to the Baltimore IGDA, and this is going to be, I think, episode number 11 or so. So it's been a little bit. Summertime has been both busy and slow because, people go on vacations, people have a chill time, and then we got fall coming up. So we got the back half of the year, and we got a lot of interesting stuff planned. And today I'm bringing you Chris and Calvin. Welcome.
Thanks for having us, Ryan.
Yeah,
Glad to be on.
yeah. So can you tell me a little bit about your game company and what you guys are working on?
Okay, so we're Fun Freighter Games. We're just a two-person studio, me and Chris, um, and we work on a lot of educational games. We do a lot of browser games for Legends of Learning, and our big project is Scrap Seas,
Hmm.
which is our main project currently. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
Chris.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Uh,
Chris and I are actually friends from River Hill High School.
Oh, River
Um,
Hill. Okay, it's kind of funny because I was from Reservoir High School in that same area, so it's kind of
yeah,
funny.
I saw you giving a talk at I believe it was
The
like the
Arrow.
UMBC
Oh, UMBC. Okay, okay.
GDC anniversary
Mm-hmm.
um, reunion thing, and I'm like I've always been like aware of your presence, Ryan. I know you're like the guy with like the Ravens cap,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I see you on Facebook all the time. But
Hmm.
like, I didn't realize we have like a lot in common.
We do, we do. That and I saw like a little bit about you going to Japan as well. Like I was like, wait a minute, this guy but we're both from UMBC, like both like Howard County, both interested in Asian culture. Like it's kind of crazy. Like it's a small industry around here. You definitely meet people and stay connected and eventually meet up back again at some point. So yeah.
Yeah, it's funny when I was living in Japan.
Hmm.
I kind of realized that like the Maryland is a really nice place to grow up. There's like
Mm.
you get exposed to like a lot of different
Yeah.
cultures, and the video game industry here is very strong, which you can be both like unaware of and you can
Mm.
kind of take for granted.
Yeah, and that's one thing that the Baltimore IGDA is actually trying to actually change that a little bit and trying to get our reach out there. This coming fall, we actually have a upcoming event that's going to be called Game Escape. I'm going to get a little bit to that later, but we have a lot of awesome stuff planned, and I'll get back into that a little later. But Chris, could you tell me a little bit a little bit about yourself and what you do on the Scrub Seas.
yeah, so I am the programmer, and I work on the main game loop and
Hmm.
gameplay of balance and such
Hmm.
of the game.
Hmm.
And the game started out when Calvin was in Japan. I showed him this physics prototype of like waves and like a ship
Yeah,
Oh
on the
yeah.
waves.
I
Calvin
so
offered. Yeah, you can say.
so like Chris and I kind of fallen out of contact for a while, and I just decided to like send him a message on Skype
Hmm.
just to kind of touch base.
May it rest in
Uh,
peace.
and I think like I sent that message, and I think like a year later, like Chris is like, "Hey, I never opened Skype, but I saw your message, and let's chat." And I forget why, but we just kind of got started about game development. I really enjoy my time in Japan,
Hmm.
but the downside was I was kind of in the countryside, and I was
Mm.
like, it, the nearest IGDA was in like Kyoto,
Mm-hmm.
which is like too far for me to make
Mm-hmm.
it. So I was getting ready to make a move to live in Tokyo, where I'd
Mm.
have more access to that. And we got talking about game development stuff, and yeah, Chris told me he was like working on this fluid simulation thing, and I was like, I was like, apps. Well, he told me he's working on something in Unity, and I was like, I was totally prepared for it to be like some kind of like beginner sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he showed me this like, because when we were in high school, like, uh, uh, we never really talked too much about like game development sort of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. We had like we played Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, okay. So more
That
the
was
the tabletop side, and then
yeah.
like you got into like thinking like, hey, like I enjoy this kind of game, and oh, this cool system here, and like oh, like I'm learning some more about this art stuff, and like oh, I'm learning more about these systems for programming, and then it kind of like develops, right?
Yeah, he showed me that fluid simulation, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, at the time, it's not the case anymore. But I
Yeah.
had like absolutely no programming skills. But I remember in like the Baltimore Game Developers Club, I was working on like a project called like EMT Mercy, where like the programmers were like working on like mesh manipulation stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember they were just like banging their heads against the wall and just saying like, this is so, are we allowed to curse on this, or
Yeah,
this
like
is like this is like so effing hard.
yeah,
They
yeah,
talk like college students do.
yeah, the
They're
college
like
students, yeah.
like I want to kill myself. They're just downing
Oof.
monster energies. They're just like
Yeah, those
just
those
could
nights
not
are
get it
crazy.
working. And I saw like Chris like had that thing working
Mm.
on the demo he showed me. What? Why were you? Why did you start working on that, Chris? By the way, I never. Is that just for fun or?
I like boats. Well,
Mhm.
I was so no, more
Well,
seriously, I was sorry, what were you gonna say?
I mean, I like boats as well. I actually learned how to sail when I was a kid, so so I
Uh,
like maybe it's just here, because like we have the Chesapeake Bay and all that, but the side story.
were
Yeah, no,
were you a Boy Scout, Ryan?
Uh, I did forage camp. I did a couple adjacent things to Boy Scouts, but I probably should have been a
Uh,
Boy Scout. So
yeah, do a little
I,
sailing.
yeah.
It's
I was
nice.
just visiting my parents and they have a kayak, so I was going
Oh
out
yeah. Oh yeah.
on a kayak on the in a lagoon by the Chesapeake Bay.
Mm.
But anyway, more to the point.
Yeah, of course.
Um, Originally I was going to make, I think it was like Left 4 Dead with boats. Back then game development was like a hobby, so I'd had
Mhm.
much less grounded ideas.
Yeah, yeah. You're
Much more
like,
ambitious. But the realization that I had is I was trying, and this was in the demo that I showed Calvin. I was
mm,
trying to model the boat, a boat, and that was the bit that was like really holding me up because I've just
mm,
discovered that programming and art are two infinitely deep wells of
yeah,
knowledge, and
yeah.
it's very
Oh yeah.
difficult to do both of them. That's what I
Sure,
was finding out.
yeah. Like there's this weird like tech art hybrid kind of thing, but it's like yes, they're two separate disciplines that you can go like infinitely deep with and specialize a lot. Like there's some people that are kind of generalist with both, and like sometimes like the more specialist people like look at like the person who's a tech artist is like what kind of weird alien like creature are you trying to do both things at once? But some people have that mindset, and like they're definitely valuable in the industry. Tech artists are like always kind of in demand because they bridge the gap between those two departments.
I think Chris and I both really enjoy like kind of the generalist mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean, yeah, Chris is saying like it's hard for one person to do stuff, but there's still a lot of stuff for like two people to do. So often
Oh yeah.
we're just
We
like
still branch out to other things. I do art related
Mm-hmm.
things. but it's just if you break down like 3D modeling, for example,
Mhm.
even that has so many different skills.
It does.
And in like a triple A setting, you wouldn't even be like, oh, I'm a 3D modeler. It would be like, oh, I get people's skin tone right. It
Hmm.
would be like very specific.
Hmm.
Like I do the clothes.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
and with like 3D modeling and being able to make like all these like shaders and textures and stuff, and you're working on like how it's like rendering with a small like indie studio, like you're literally having to wear like so many different hats and going into the deep dive into Unity and like figure out how it actually works on the back end. So I do understand like with a small team, you kind of have to figure it out, right?
Yeah. Um, Luckily, there's a ton of resources out
Mm,
there for you to learn stuff. Like, um, uh, actually, funny thing, like uh, the the mesh base ocean, like we
mm,
actually like didn't end up using in Scrap Seas. That was like
mm,
our first iteration of Scrap Seas.
mm,
Um, it was actually like intended to be like a tech demo
mm.
of like a Unity store asset to like simulate water. Um, but we just like both enjoyed driving the boat around so much we thought like, oh, why don't we make a game?
Yeah, yeah.
And like we'll just make like a small game, and I think the technical term for that is feature creep.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So just a bunch of massive feature creep later, uh,
like
we end up with.
how long was it before like you felt like it was like tech demo to like actual like, hey, I actually have a game here.
um well
trying to think when
we
that transition happened. Like when what step did we would we say that it finally became a game proper?
Like, is this over the course of like 6 months or like a year?
so when it was a tech demo, I was still living in Japan,
Mm,
and um I think we uh we weren't really on like a strict schedule for it,
mm,
because we were like, when I
yeah,
was awake, Chris was asleep,
yeah.
for the most part, so we would just kind of like hand things off.
Hmm.
And um uh I think so development really kicked off when like the lockdown happened. And
Oh, okay. This is COVID, like pre-COVID, and then COVID hit.
yeah,
Gotcha.
It
and
went very slowly before the quarantine and then
Mm,
quite quickly during quarantine.
mm,
yeah, and uh uh yeah, at that point we kind of decided that like we had savings that we could like rely on to uh during lockdown.
mm,
And you know, this was an opportunity to like really knuckle down and start developing Scrap Seas. And
mm,
we got like this, we nailed down this like comic book style
mm. Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
we made like design documents and schedules and all that stuff. And uh, we eventually got a build together that we both like really enjoyed, and we started getting it to play testers.
Mm,
In fact, we got like did you have Miss LeBaron? She would have been Miss Boyle when
yeah,
you
yeah.
were that.
I had the prior teacher to that, which was Mr. Hopkins. But like
Okay.
Miss LeBaron at the ARL, she was like interning, I think, at that point, and then like a year or two later, she got like full time, and Mr. Hopkins retired. So I was at the tail end of his career, and the whole industry changed a lot after that anyway. So
Yeah, we got her class to play tests.
awesome.
We got a lot
Yeah.
of really useful feedback and generally positive responses.
Mm.
I also we got there's a company called AxeGuard in Ellicott City that was doing these like Super Smash Brothers tournaments that
Oh.
we would that I would bring my laptop
Mm.
to, and we would just you know
Hmm.
observe people playing and collect their feedback
Mm.
and use that as a basis to kind of guide development.
Gotcha.
Almost all of our early feedback was about people struggling to learn the mechanics,
Mhm.
or failing to, like, the game failing to communicate things to them.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, that was, I think, one of our actually, I guess our first experience.
Hmm.
No, our second. The first one was decalking. That was
Hmm.
our second experience, sort of getting something to the public. So it's not that surprising to me now, but back then it was surprising just
Hmm.
how much certain things had to be explained to the
Hmm.
user.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and that's like a whole thing that I'm going through right now with Bit Reactor, working on Star Wars Zero Company, is like being able to like help talk and explain things through both gameplay and tutorialization, right? Because like being able to understand what makes the game fun and the mechanics in it, and getting feedback from somebody outside of your inner circle and being like, hey, random person off the street, can you play this game? Is it fun? Do you understand what's happening and how you can manipulate your character, right?
Yeah, you really don't. If you don't have someone with distance that you're
Mm-hmm.
talking to, you really don't know
Mm.
what's obvious or not about your
Mm.
game.
Yeah, you're the worst person that can play test uh, your own game. Uh, I remember we had like uh, in Scrap Seas you have to like place equipment on your ship,
Mm-hmm.
and we have like a separate menu
Mm-hmm.
that after you buy something you need to place the gun on your ship somewhere. You need to choose where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we uh, in play testing we tried like a bunch of different. We we noticed that like nobody understood that they needed to like equip their gun after they bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we tried like a bunch of different things. We had like a little helper character like tell them you need to go to like this menu. No one would do it. We like put like a little indicator, like a golden highlight
Mm.
around
Like,
it.
like
Still,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
We had like a giant red arrow pointing at it, like you need to
Click
press this button. Nobody clicked the freaking button. Nobody clicked the freaking button. So I
Yeah.
think in the end we just like automatically brought up the
Mm.
menu and like
Mm.
automatically like based on what weapon they chose, like put it to the exact right menu. So it's
Mm.
like right in their face.
That's
Uh,
still enough. We've
yeah,
added an extra
yeah.
tutorial to that.
Oh, oh, right.
Mm.
We
Mm.
yeah. Even that wasn't enough, right? I forgot we added like a little warning label, like because
Oh, I actually
people
wasn't
would
even talking about that. Yeah, that's another layer.
yeah people would forget to they would like accidentally remove guns off their
Oh
ship
no.
instead of like putting them on. So
Mm.
we like tried to differentiate like each menu, like this is off your ship, this is on your ship,
Mm.
and then
So do you feel
that
like do you feel like it would have been like a system where you had like you had to go to like a dock or something and be like, okay, like I'm gonna go there and like upgrade, to have like a difference in like, oh, I've beat this level, now I'm at my dock and I can upgrade stuff, and then I go back out on the next mission.
That's exactly how it worked. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a map system, so you're not guaranteed to get a shop every time you beat a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
yeah
yeah,
I,
that is how it works. You can't change it during combat.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily because, I mean, that would be unrealistic, but that's not why. It's mostly it would just slow things down.
Mm-hmm.
have you ever played FTL?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like the framing device for scrap Cs is pretty much exactly the same as FTL. So you navigate like
Different
on a map
subsystems.
to so like there are different nodes that you go to, and every time you navigate to a node, like some kind of special event happens where you can like kind of make some choices. You'll either like enter a fight, or I guess you could also avoid a fight that doesn't usually happen. But yeah, there are also like shop nodes that you can go to like buy stuff and equip new weapons onto your ship.
The
And
main innovation we've done on over FTL is that instead of the like advancing red wave that cuts off nodes, we have the rival who's a character that moves across the map like you, and they'll clear out encounters like you and become more powerful. So you're sort of in a race to get as much of the map as possible to yourself instead of the rival, and then get to the boss and beat the boss. And the bit we haven't really decided yet is to what extent the player should be allowed to just go beat the rival and bully them, because on
Like
one hand
early
it's kind
game
of
or
yeah,
okay.
because it's kind of boring if you just beat the rival and then you have the whole map to yourself.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's kind of, if it's just like, oh, the rival caught up to you, you die. That's also kind of boring. There needs to be a middle ground.
So why not have it where like there's like the rival that is like slowly creeping like and becoming more powerful, but then there's like other like smaller raiding parties that come in, maybe like pirates or bandits, smugglers, right?
yeah, I mean, currently we have, so there's like the rival role, and you can fight the rival, but it's very, very hard. Because it's supposed to be like a pressure mechanic to keep you going. And it is possible to like kill the rival, but we do have contingencies in place.
Okay.
If you can actually manage to defeat the rival, there will be other stuff that like comes and takes its place.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing is like you kind of get that a little bit through playtesting of like if they can figure out the mechanics, and then if they get to a certain point in the game, it's like, oh, okay, well now you've unlocked like the end game or like other side options. So it might actually be good for us to kind of take a look at the actual gameplay for this. All right, so here is the Scrap C's gameplay trailer. So with this, I'm gonna put this on loop here real quick, so we can kind of get a visualization of kind of like what the actual gameplay is. Like it's being able to have like high-speed boat chases with shots and like flames, and then rivals and boss and explosions. It's great.
Yeah. We have
Torpedoes.
some physics stuff that you can see in it, where like you can fling them into the enemies into islands by pushing them. There's that guy. Someone at a convention called that guy the guy with the legs.
The guy with the legs, the long
Yeah,
leggies.
long legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very wibbly wobbly. If you shoot him, he sort of like spins
Yeah.
around, and it makes it harder to hit him.
It,
Um,
he was actually like, when we designed him, the idea was that there were gonna be like these stationary towers that would be like objectives that you had to like take down. But it was actually I was playing in like just testing things, and there was like a glitch that like caused it to move. And I thought it was like absolutely terrifying. And I'm like, what the hell is going on, Chris? And I like, and I was like,
it was
whatever
very
that is, we got to keep it in.
it
We
was
got
very
to.
messy. It moved faster than it does now. It was really alarming.
So it was something with like the actual like glitch with it like moving quickly in a certain direction that allowed it to have a reaction with the player, right? And it's like using that as like a mechanic that you can then use later to make it like more interesting gameplay wise.
Yeah, a lot of our combat it utilizes like physics-based mechanics that can
Mm.
like make things more interesting. So that boss is like a really good representation of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like based a lot on like spring joints, but you can see it sometimes in the trailer. But uh, you can like ram other ships. There's like a section in the trailer right now. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so he like
Yeah.
hits him and he slams him into the coastline. He takes like extra damage
Mm-hmm.
because he's like been flung into the coastline. So you can like
Dashed on the rocks, right?
yeah, so you can like move other like wrecks and stuff
Mm-hmm.
to kind of like have like an outsized power level
Mm.
during combat if you can cleverly like use the physics mechanics.
Gotcha.
Um, oh, and that thing there, that
Mm-hmm.
laser, is also like another
Kingfisher
really
Mark II.
yeah. So that one, I don't think there's any footage of it in the trailer other than that, but
Mm-hmm.
like uh, that you charge up and you can fire at a ship and it will like apply push force to the ship that you're hitting.
Oh, okay.
So so the real it's kind of like a hard it's one of the like higher skill cap weapons
Mm-hmm.
because the real power of it is the ability to kind of move stuff
Mm.
around versus like the actual damage of like the laser itself.
Yeah, it's kind
Yeah,
of situational.
Yeah.
the red faction
Mm-hmm.
is like they're robotic guardians
Mm-hmm.
that they have more of a long range feel to them, so that gun pushing things away is part of that style. And then the orange/yellow faction is the humans, and they're like Mad Max Raiders slash Waterworld
Mm.
people.
Yeah, and this is the slot kind of system you were talking about with the different
Yeah.
like subsystems and like having like upgrades and inventory.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. We've actually the probably like the bulk of our development time has been like tweaking the shop and the
Mm.
equipment menus to
Mm.
be more usable. So we've actually like since this was recorded, we've like
Mm.
gone ahead and like color coded the different menus.
Mm.
well, I
Um,
mean, the big thing is also we've added a whole prologue to the game
Mm.
that makes you go through a cutscene in the shop where you perform certain game actions once in a directed manner. So like you pick out a turret from like four, and then you're shown how to put it on your ship.
yeah, so actually like a really good resource for that we've found for like getting playtests done. The best playtesting is like in person, but like
Mm.
outside of that, we were able to get pretty good like feedback from there's this company called G Rounds that they offered us like a free slot for their playtesting services, and we got like hundreds of like written
Oh wow,
reviews or
hundreds.
like
Wow.
yeah, like really detailed sort of feedback and um, like we look for commonalities in the feedback and a lot of it is like a lot of what we got is just like I wish there was like a tutorial
Mm.
um, and yeah so for Game Escape
Mm.
which is going to be September 20th it's going to be at the Parkway Theater,
Yep.
right? And we're going to it's going to be like the first time we ever like publicly show the new build of Scrap Seas. It has like
Nice.
a new prologue
Hmm.
that's like a much more like exciting kind of intro to the game that
Hmm.
at the same time does a much better job of like explaining the different mechanics that we have going on there. And
We
Yeah.
used to
all,
have a rubber duck talk to you for a while about the game
Yeah.
mechanics,
Yeah.
but the new prologue isn't just a tutorial, it's like a story hook
Yeah. The
that
little road.
introduces characters and character motivations. And it also features, well, without, I guess, spoiling too much if we care about that, it
Yeah. No.
features it has two fights. One of them is sort of a taste of power thing where you
Hmm.
start out with a very highly upgraded ship,
Hmm.
and then another ally helping you. And then the second fight is a technically winnable but incredibly difficult boss battle.
yeah,
Gotcha.
we're making a roguelike, so we like to
Hmm.
build you up, and then we gotta like
Yeah. You make it hard.
we gotta snap you back down so to build you
Challenge.
up stronger.
Yeah. Challenge the player. Yeah, and
Yeah,
with a Gamescape, for those that don't know, Gamescape is going to be a event that is a new for this year. It's going to be on September 20th. On That's a Saturday. It's going to be from 11 to 4, and it's going to be at the Parkway Theater. It is free, and open to the public for all ages. However, you need to be able to RSVP. So if you go to Everybit and look up for Gamescape, you can get your free ticket, and I look forward to seeing you all there because I'm going to be there as well, checking out all the games. I think there's probably like at least like 15 games or something like that, and it's going to be real exciting because we got a bunch of indie games throughout the area showcasing their latest and greatest. And feel free to join. And we still got plenty of time on it, but I'm looking forward to having everybody join on that.
All right, yeah, I'm excited. I heard Jonathan Moriarty was
Mm.
organizing, and
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I need to get on board with that.
Hmm.
That's were you in the GDC at the same time as him?
Yeah. So it was kind of interesting because with I'm gonna switch back over
I
here.
think I must have just missed you at the UMBC GDC. I'm thinking.
Yeah, because with that, like I graduated in 2011. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
think I did like exactly
Yeah,
just miss you. I
yeah,
think.
yeah. Like, cause you were like a little bit later, but again, like, I did make projects with Moriarty.
Yeah.
The thing was that Moriarty was a double major, so like he had the like extra time at UMBC, and I feel like a lot of people like were ambitious. I felt like I
Yeah.
was ambitious for doing two senior projects, but I mean,
I,
doing double major, it's like.
yeah, I remember thinking like, gosh, that's a lot. That's a
Yeah,
lot, Moriarty.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
as a student, I was like, but like I remember I was like touring the campus, and
Hmm.
they showed me the GDC lab, and I saw them working on like I think it's called Gunther,
Yeah, Gunther. Hmm.
um, and like that was the every other school I went to
Hmm.
like they may have had like game development programs or
Yeah.
something, but like I didn't actually see anybody like working on any games, and
Uh-huh.
I saw that project, and I was like
Hmm.
this is where
Hmm.
I want to be, where people are like actually doing stuff.
Yeah,
Uh,
and that's always like the thing. I feel like UMBC has a lot of really good like game designers and very good programmers. Like, because like I've definitely had a lot of colleagues come out of UMBC that are very good at programming. And like looking at a lot of the other schools, like I feel like they have a lot of really good game designs. Do you guys know about the Micah? Well, it's the second time that we've done this event where it's held at Micah, where we have a senior showcase for all of the university and even some of the high school students being able to help showcase their senior projects. That was a very successful event, and we've done that twice now, 2 years running, with like 125 to like 150 people there.
I've definitely been to some Micah showcases.
Hmm.
I can't remember exactly which one though, but
Yeah, I mean
um,
it all kind of runs together anyway. But yeah, being able to help like showcase like what you're working on and getting it in front of people. Rick Williams and the Sand Knight, like he did that a lot, and now he's got like a new project that's like a RTS style game, and like that's like a thing that like being able to like continually like put yourself out there. That's one thing that I always tell to a lot of the indies is going to a lot of these events, being able to continue working in and iterating, but also know like, hey, like when is it kind of gonna be like complete, right? And like sometimes that's being like on like Steam or itch. So like being able to have like a complete like game loop, and then it's a matter of like, hey, how can we market this to our audience? And then it's like, hey, like on to that next idea, right? So like, what kind of things do you kind of want to do, like in the future, for like your company, or like being able to collaborate on projects together?
um, right. So uh, we had been we had been kind of uh, we took some time off of Scrap Seas
Hmm.
in the hopes of finding a publisher. We kind of like um, we delegated that to like another company
Hmm.
to get us like matched with a publisher. Um, uh, and the idea is like while we were doing that, we would work on these like educational games.
Hmm.
Um, and we produced like a lot of them. I think you saw on our website, and we're very proud of most of them, and
Do you
we
wanna
we definitely
do you wanna take a look at those, or
I there's a lot of them, so I don't think we need
okay?
to go through
Okay,
like each one.
I was just
But
curious, but it's, it's
but
it's definitely good to like check out their website, because they y'all had like 4 or 5 games on there, so like there's definitely a lot there.
yeah, we definitely got a lot of experience, and they were like browser-based games,
Hmm.
so we kind of learned a lot of stuff having to like uh, we needed to get everything running on a Chromebook in a browser.
Hmm.
So we worked we learned a lot about like performance
Hmm.
Yeah,
and
to,
kind of
to
more.
to keep loading times down, they
Hmm.
want the entire thing to be under 30 megabytes.
Yeah, yeah.
And the Unity editor is more than like if you just like make a scene with just like a couple things in it and like build, it's like 15. It's like I think 13 gigabytes on its
Oof.
own, or megabytes on its own. So
And
it's a really tiny budget.
Yeah.
so that's kind of like an example of like we're like two people, so
Hmm.
probably like I think the best skill you can have if you're looking to get into game development, especially like indie game
Hmm.
development, is like learning how to learn.
Oh
And
yeah, oh yeah.
we figured out how to like do performance analysis on
Mm.
the with the profiler in Unity, and lots of different ways we could like improve performance. So we learned a lot making all those games,
Mm.
but unfortunately, uh, uh, the market for educational games is I mean, there's a
Doing kind of badly, and with recent political events, it seems unlikely to recover anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
So because
Yeah.
there's just much less funding for schools, and those schools are looking
yeah.
to cut.
Chris and I both kind of like have backgrounds in education. Like our side job, like for me, is like teaching after school, like chess camps, and I used to be an English teacher in Japan. And Chris is
I'm
like
I'm a special education aide in elementary school. So.
Yeah, so we have like a passion for like these educational games projects, but unfortunately, it's just it is quite depressing to see how little how
Yeah.
little money is. Like I remember I saw the other day I saw like ICE agents are getting like 6-figure salary and like $50,000 starting bonus, and I was just thinking like the package for a teacher is
Yeah.
just like
Yeah, my cousin, she actually was a teacher for 8 years or something like that. But then like COVID, and then like a little after that, it's kind of like the game changed like during that time frame, as well as like all the money for a lot of that changed. And it's kind of funny because like the markets change like pretty quickly, because like you look at something like Roblox or Fortnite, where like they have games within games kind of deal, and keeping you in that ecosystem, versus like on like itch, like I did a game jam, like what was it, like a year ago. It was like a 40-person game jam over like a week or something like that, with Rick and a bunch of others. And that one was like pretty crazy, because like we were able to make a whole like 3D like RPG system. It was crazy ambitious, but like that's one thing that can be pretty fun, is like being able to have like a game out there and have it be like discovered. But at the same time, you need to be able to help like put your name out there, and like people will recognize like cool graphics and stuff like that, but you got to make games fun first, right? Like graphics is not necessarily everything. Yeah, it'll make it look pretty, right? But you got to have a fun game. So
Graphics is also an increasingly difficult area to compete in.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Like if AAA companies are struggling
Mm-hmm.
to do it, like what hope do we have
Yeah,
oh
and
to
that's like
get
a whole
to do it
pivot
purely on
that
graphics?
people are trying to do, with being able to actually make it more focus on like indie, as well as like a lower price point, so that like you're not having to make like $1 billion just to be able to recoup your money back.
oh
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean uh bottom line is both society and the free market
Mm,
sent us a message about
mhm,
the educational games. So we've and the market for like a small studio like ours that's like we've done prior projects, but we're not really like known for anything.
mhm.
uh it's very
When you
hard
say
to get.
market, are you talking about consumers or like publishers slash employers?
Say that again.
Are you when you say the market, are you talking about us trying to sell ourselves to other companies or to consumers?
You mean about like the educational games?
No.
Like yeah, so the money we were getting on the educational games is just uh um is not enough to be worth uh
Mhm,
our our time
mhm,
anymore. So
mhm,
and we've also that combined with like the the uh the market for getting like a
Mhm.
publisher.
Yeah. I figure that like with the growing demand for like different kinds of games as well as like the market for educational games is probably not the best thing. But in terms of like what do you feel like you want to be able to kind of work on then? Like being able to work on stuff, maybe game jam, maybe like team up with like other creators, or like talk to like new fresh graduates, being able to like have like new
So
ideas.
so when I talk about like a market for a publisher, I'm talking about like getting a publisher for Scrap C's.
Okay, for
So
that game
so like
specifically.
those the idea with the educational games is we would work on those
Hmm.
while Scrap C's was getting like matched with the publisher, and once we
Hmm.
got matched with the publisher, we would start working on that.
Hmm.
Um, we currently feel that the market is just so tough out there for getting like matched with the publisher
Hmm.
that our game plan for the next year is just we're going to assume that we're still looking for a publisher,
Hmm.
but we're going to assume that we're not going to get one. So the next 2026,
Hmm.
um, we've got a plan to just focus solely on Scrapsy's development,
Hmm.
um, and the current plan is to try and get a crowdfunding campaign
Yeah, like
for Scrapsy.
a Kickstarter or like self publishing because Hawkthorne they actually had a successful Kickstarter like within the past like year or so, and they're based in a DC. They're a startup down there, as well as Boba Studio. They also had a Kickstarter as well. That might be a route
Yeah,
that you consider.
yeah. Uh, I uh, I see Boba Studio a lot
Hmm.
at the different showcases,
Hmm.
uh, and I got one of their stickers. Very cute.
Nice, nice.
Um, yeah, that was interesting because that's Kickstarter was for like a plushie as
Hmm.
opposed to like the actual um, game.
Hmm.
Um, I we've tried a little bit to get into like merchandising with we made like a set of enamel pins. I'm not sure I have one
Hmm.
on me. I don't think I do. But like I we I don't think we just don't have the knack for like merchandising like
Hmm.
physical goods. Uh
Yeah, and that's fine. Like that's something that like you'll kind of have that when you have a little bit more like to the game, but like that's something that like you can still have for like ships and having like big chunky like logos and like being able to have like more to that might be able to help like make that and ideas generate for merchandise like after. So who knows? Because like with publishers, like some people are very like self publishing. Other ones want to be able to like have more in the tank for development. There's a number of different options out there. So either way, though, with a Gamescape coming up, being able to actually have more feedback and get it out in the public eye with the new build is going to be really good for you. So I'm definitely excited for that, and I hope that with that we'll be able to see more, and I definitely feel like the Baltimore IGDA will be able to help get the word out there. So let's. I got about I don't know, like 10 minutes or so left. So I think that we did cover a lot of the questions that I had. Um, do do either of you have anything that you want to talk about before we head out?
uh you have anything you wanna cover, Chris?
So you I feel like I don't know if you directly asked us this, but I feel like it was a question I might have questioned a couple times of what do we plan to do after Scrapsies.
Yeah, sure.
And I think something with the Legends of Learning projects, we did like 6 games in less than 2 years.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So I think whatever we don't like have a next thing, but a skill that we've learned is definitely like project planning.
Yeah,
Whatever the next
pre-production.
thing
Yeah,
is going to be a very specific scope and like timeline, which is not wasn't a skill that we really had with Scrapsies.
Yeah, our next project will definitely probably be better organized than Scrapsies is, and it'll definitely depend on how successful Scrapsies is on what our next project can be.
I gotcha.
And then if I have like any advice to like game developers, aspiring game developers, to be part of a team, I would say some part of the project planning that we learned in Scrapsies is that we would discuss ideas casually, and then when we got to actually developing them, we would realize that the two of us actually believed different things,
Okay.
even though we had discussed them, because we hadn't been specific enough.
That and being able to have like organizational tools that will allow it to be written down, and you have either like a vision or at least a written like timeline for or direction for a feature or what have you, like having it written down and then looked at later and then being like yes, yeah, we're both like doing that same thing. That's always like challenging. So.
Yeah. That's what I want to say.
All right.
Yeah, our next project will hopefully be just as exciting as Scrapsies. So yeah, we're excited for Gamescape coming up. As we said before, we're gonna be showing the new build of Scrapsies. It has that new prologue, exciting story hooks, a better tutorial, and lots of other improvements that make it more exciting than any other version we've shown.
Excellent.
And that'll precede kind of a relaunch of our demo. We'll make publicly available on Steam probably a few weeks later. So definitely come to Gamescape and be on the lookout for Scrapsies on Steam.
Excellent. All right. I want to do one other thing before we actually head out here. I want to be able to talk about one of our future events. So Game Escape is obviously with this coming fall. That's going to be in September 20th. However, we also have a event that's going to be with a collaboration. The Baltimore IGDA and Game for Good are having a conference called Game Your Future. And this is going to be a upcoming event that is at the Baltimore Convention Center. That's going to be November 14th through 16th. And right now we actually have early bird pricing on it. And we're going to be bringing in all of the AAAs, indies, startups in the area to be able to have a showcase of what this area can do with game development, as well as being able to talk to our local government, city council, the mayor, being able to have like education and government, health, science, like being able to bring in entrepreneurs, like many different avenues and industries within the area. And with this, like we have like a ticket pricing for that, and if you're interested in becoming either a presenter, being able to a volunteer or a sponsor, please check it out. And we already have about 20 confirmed speakers already, and we have a list that we're trying to continue to grow that. So if you are interested, please let us know and check out the event. We will have more information soon, and we have a lot planned for this fall. So I want to be able to slowly get out here. So let me pull you guys back over, and I'm gonna check.
I'm interested in that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's definitely going to be a bigger event, and like definitely submit a talk, or I can add you into our Discord for that. So I think that's pretty much going to be most of the video today. Do we have anything else before we go? Yes, no.
I'm good. You got
No.
anything, Colin?
Wishlist Scrapsies on Steam.
There you go. There's the plug. All right. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe to both their Steam page as well as the Baltimore IGDA on YouTube. So thank you very much, and I hope that you have a good rest of your day. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good time. Bye bye.
Yeah, happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday.
Bye.